Hey people, welcome back to another Artisan call. I'm gonna bring up my buddy Christoph, who has been dancing along with me with the intro music. Dun, 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 dun,
Hello,
dun, dun.
everybody. Yeah, the intro music was really good. I really liked this.
Yeah, it's really to get in the mood, right?
Yeah, I'm
Christoph,
totally in it now.
it's been a while since I saw you.
Yes, how
Yeah,
long is it? I don't know. I guess a few months already? Could
yeah,
be.
I think so. I think our last call
Oh,
was before the summer, so we have
oh,
all
right.
the
It
events
was
of the summer to cover. I think, yeah.
it was before my family
Yep. Yeah.
growment. No, is this a
We're
word? No, I don't think so. But yeah. Oh
we're
wow. Okay, so this means today my girl is exactly today 4 months old. So this means yeah, it must be like at least 5 months that we haven't
yeah.
done this call. So
Yeah,
it's good being back.
yeah, it's good to be able to catch up back with you, Christoph. So yeah, you have gone through a life-changing event. Like,
Oh yes. Oh
yeah,
yes. It's yeah, it's been amazing,
yeah,
crazy
yep.
journey
It's
already.
it
As you
it
know, it is
yeah
a child changes everything, and yeah, it did, of course, also for us. And yeah, today I can really say we're super happy about our girl, and we currently let's knock it here somewhere. We're having a really good phase where she's really in a good mood. We have a lot of fun. Last
nice.
week we had our first family vacation, which went well. So
Yeah,
yeah, currently we're really enjoying it. Of course, there are up and downs as always, but
yep, yep.
yeah, I'm super happy currently. I can say that.
I can honestly say, Christoph, that yeah, my kids are a little bit older than yours now, of course. That the nice thing is that you remember the better times much better than the worst times. So, like every parent, I've also gone through a phase like with less sleep, but I've almost forgotten that. It's like a fun anecdote that you can tell now, but the feeling of like despair during those nights, that has totally gone away, and it's totally worth it all. So yeah.
It's super interesting that you're mentioning this because I thought about it as well because every time someone, especially in the last weeks when I talk to my parents, my sisters, my brother, I'm always saying, yeah, it's going really well, and it feels like it has been like this always, and I
That's good.
can't remember the bad times anymore. But when I really think back, okay, we the first weeks especially, but also the first 2 or 3 months, we had some really rough nights and weeks. And
Yeah.
yeah, when I really try to remember it, I can remember that it was pretty hard as well. But yeah, it feels like I almost can't remember it anymore because I'm just thinking about the good things. And yeah, it's exactly like you said. I'm
Yeah,
wondering, is this just with kids or is this with everything in life?
I think this is with everything in life. I was having like a similar conversation with a buddy of mine, not about kids, but with COVID. And at that moment, we were still in
Oh,
COVID. And I was saying, yeah, it's really not fun now that you can't do what you want to do, and with all the masks and stuff. And my thing was, yeah, when COVID is over, probably after a couple of months or after a year, if you don't have any sickness or symptoms that stay, you're going to forget this. The what is normal now will feel like normal again, and you're going to say like COVID. Yeah, that was a little bit fun. That it was a little bit different. And you're going to forget the bad times. So I guess it's true in most of life that you just forget the bad stuff.
it seems so indeed. Yeah, especially with COVID, is like, wait, COVID, what was that? Okay,
Yeah,
some time ago, but yeah, it was a pretty long time and it was pretty
yeah,
life changing.
yeah.
But yeah, but isn't this amazing? Is this
Hmm.
just with humans that we can focus on the good stuff and leave the bad stuff behind? Because sometimes on Twitter it doesn't feel like that, but
No, no, but but
not at
but
all,
but
right?
but on the other hand, I think the Twitter's collective memory. I think it's only a day or something when they're like mad about something. The next day it will be something else. So
Yeah, indeed.
yeah, so that I think as a collective it works maybe a little bit different, but I think for us person to person, yeah, you can focus on the nice things.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true indeed. I just read some comments like Jason McCreary said kids. And yeah, we also heard quite some stories of him and
yep,
kids trying to get his live streams, I
yep,
guess, when his baby was sleeping with the first one.
yeah,
And also
indeed.
AJ said something about, I was excited waiting for my first baby. Ah, okay. So it seems
Nice.
like you're expecting one. So yeah, congratulations.
Congrats.
Um, yeah, it's also, I'm sorry, I have to talk a little bit more about
Yeah,
babies
sure.
and family because
Yeah. That
it's
can be
like
the
in me
main topic
now.
today,
Yeah.
Christoph. No problem.
Okay. It doesn't have to be, but just for a short amount.
Hmm.
Um, it's really fascinating to me how you see so much different when you have a kid, especially how when you think about your parents, stuff like that. So how I treated my parents and how I feel like, okay, now my parents, I was their little baby for such a long time, and maybe I'm still am. And when I look now at my baby, and I feel like, okay, there's nothing that I love as much as her, and okay, maybe I have to treat my parents better. Or when you meet someone else who is expecting a baby, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And before that, it was also, oh my god, this is pretty cool. But now it's like, it's amazing because everything, because you know what it is about, really. So it's really interesting and fascinating how so much is changing when you have a kid.
Yeah, you're right. You gain a different perspective, right?
Yeah,
Because
for a lot of things.
yeah, you move. I move up the scale a little bit in the sense that you're not the kid anymore. Now you're the parent, and
Oh yeah,
that happens. Yeah, quite suddenly because yeah, there's like one moment and now you're a parent. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and
yeah.
that's indeed different. Yeah, my kids are now at an age where I also have memories of, which is very strange. I obviously, like most humans, I don't
Oh,
have memories being a baby, but I do have memories of being like in the first schools when I was like 8 9 years old. My eldest is now doing his last year of like primary school, and I have
oh
lots of
wow.
memories about primary school, and that's like
Hmm.
yeah, you're there now. That's also an extra strangeness that is there.
Are you already in the phase with your kids where you are embarrassing to your kids? Is this Has this already
Um,
started or not yet?
Not really, but I can imagine it happening. Maybe for some things when they're like playing with like a bunch of other kids, like should I play with you? No, no, we're good here, we're good here. And I'm thinking about like something that my eldest has said to me a couple of months ago already. So he had to go to sleep. It was sleeping time, and he went a little bit mad. And he said, "Why are you the one deciding all the things for me? That shouldn't be like this. I can decide for myself now." And it was really okay. Yeah, this is like a preview of what is going to come in the
Yeah,
next couple of years here. Yeah.
it will be exciting for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. But that's something also I can tell you, Christoph, um, that the longer you are a parent, the better that it gets. Really,
Oh, that
it's
sounds good.
already good when starting out as a baby, but yeah, when you can have like conversations
Hmm.
with them and know what's in their minds, and when they can start talking about stuff. Yeah, there will be a period where you think, please just stop talking. I've heard enough.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself now. Yeah, but it's really fun to see them grow. Um, there's also something special that I'm going to do with my eldest. I told him a couple of days ago, like he's like I told you, he's in the last year of his primary school, and I wanted to do something really special with him, just to commemorate that moment. Like, well done, boy. And I want to do something that he'll never forget. So
No, wait,
this
you're bringing him to Laracon, India.
It could almost be the case, but unfortunately, it is school time, so he
Okay.
still has to go to school at that moment. No, I've said to him like, yeah, I did like this whole intro. Like, I think that you've done really well, and this is special.
Oh.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, what we are going to do is he is going to point out on a map of planet Earth where he wants to go to, and we'll go to there for like 4 or 5 days, and he can just pick anything. There's
Oh,
really,
wow.
really nothing that isn't allowed. You can go anywhere you want with me for 4 or 5 days. And yeah, he's really,
Okay.
really happy with that, of course. And the fun part is that he now starts researching all the
Yeah,
things. So like, what's
I
in this
guess
city?
so.
What is there? What we can we do there? And that's like half of the fun, like sitting with him and
Yeah.
just seeing like these places all over the world.
Okay. So what do you expect? Will he pick? Have you have any idea or?
Yeah, I have an idea. So he's very much into basketball. So he plays
Mhm.
basketball like 3 times in a week, and he wants to see like an NBA basketball match. So he's now thinking like we should visit like an American city with a where there's lots of things to do and where I can see an NBA basketball match. So I guess it will be North America somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a pretty nice idea of you. Pretty nice of you that you do this.
yeah.
And I think, of course, for him, it's amazing.
Yeah, for
So,
I want to give him like a memory that he wouldn't forget, and with this he can look forward to it and prepare for it. Yeah, already months in advance. And I've also said it to the small one as well because otherwise, yeah, I
yeah,
don't want to keep any secrets. And yeah, he understands like this is for me like when I'm
yeah,
out of primary school. So he's nice. So he's going to do a little holiday with my girlfriend, but it's just in Belgium then. But that's also
yeah.
fun to do. And he's also already looking on the map where he wants to go, and he wants to do much different things. That's kind of funny. So he really wants to visit like more naturey stuff. So he wants to visit the Maldives, the Antilla.
That's what I was thinking about. What if he picks the Maldives?
Yeah, he picked the Maldives, Christoph. I immediately thought of you. Like, yeah, it seems that at school they talked about the Maldives and showed some pictures, and that's how it got in his mind. So yeah, if he wants to go there in 3 years, yeah, I'll go there too, Christoph, because
You happily
yeah,
go there too, right?
yeah, because what you showed there, also yeah, with your
Yeah,
drone, that was pretty amazing. Yeah,
yeah, it really was.
Hmm.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So these are like fun things you can do when your kid is a
Yeah, when I
little
get
bit
older.
older. Yeah.
Something else, have you started talking to them about coding or programming? Is this something that they're
Um,
interested in or?
they're a little bit interested, but not too much. So I showed them, and this is already yeah, a year ago or something. So that programming platform, I can't come up with the name, where you have these building blocks where you can just yeah, drag some blocks and drag this in an if and drag this in a while. We did
Mhm.
that for a while, but it didn't really stuck. And I think I also showed a little bit of PHP, very little bit, but mostly Tailwind, because there's like colors and
Oh,
places and stuff that's speaks more to the imagination, I guess. But it didn't stick with them, so mm, yeah, I don't know, but I don't think they will become programmers. I think, yeah, I don't know either.
they
Um,
don't have to, but you're also not
no,
pushing them in,
no.
please. No,
No,
no, yeah,
they can do whatever they want. As
yeah,
long as they happy, I'm happy.
yeah. That's the
That's
most important part.
that's the thing. Yeah, they're still in the phase like I'm going to be like a famous football person. Like when we move if we should move our house, we don't have any plans of moving our house. I don't know where they got it from. But if we were to move our house, we need to be close to an airport, because when they go international, they need to travel a lot, and they need to get on the plane very quickly. So that's the mindset where they're in.
That's pretty smart of them, yeah. Oh my God, kids are so much fun.
Yeah, indeed.
By the way, to the audience and everybody listening, if you got any questions, please just write some comments and we'll try to get to them as well.
Yep.
Mostly we're just trying to talk, take the flow and see where it goes. But of course, we're also looking if you are interested in something specific.
So Christoph, since we haven't seen each other for a long time, let's talk a little bit maybe about what we did like in the summer. So I guess for you it was like a lot of taking care of the little one, right?
Yeah. So her birthday is the 15th of May.
Mm-hmm.
And since then we were mostly at home.
Yeah.
My wife, of course, and me as well. I was lucky to be 8 weeks completely at home. So 2 months completely
Nice.
at home, just being there for family, which was really amazing. And I'm really lucky that this worked, because normally this isn't that easy in Austria.
Yeah.
I guess mostly if you're lucky, you get 1 month from your work.
Yeah.
But I also know people who didn't get that, so that's not that easy.
Yeah.
And of course, since I'm self-employed and since I have a really good company that I work for, which also supported me a lot, so I was super lucky there. And spending the 8 first weeks just with the family was really, really good for us. And of course, we also didn't do that much in the summer, then just trying to follow what the baby needed.
Of course.
We've got now a new boss at home, and she decides what to do.
She decides on your schedule, but she doesn't tell you the schedule.
No, she doesn't tell me. It's a secret.
Yeah. Is she now at home with you there? Yeah.
Just one level below me.
Yeah.
My wife and her, they just came at home from a walk.
Yeah.
They were a little bit shopping groceries and
nice.
Just said hello before the call, and then
yeah.
It's also pretty cool from working at home, of course, that I can just go downstairs. And of course, there are also some disadvantages, because if she's crying, I hear it.
Yeah, I want to go to that. So it's it's now very quiet, so that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. But if something happening, I always know it, and often I take a look. Is everything okay? Can I help somehow?
Yeah.
Of course, it's a little bit more difficult to just focus on work, because everything else you still hear that or feel that. But of course, every time I need a break, I just stand up, I go downstairs, I play with her a little bit, help my wife a little bit, and those are the best breaks. And that's really nice. And like I mentioned, we now just did our first vacation last week together as a family, the 3 of us, and we went to Croatia for a few days at the sea.
Nice.
And so that's what we did this summer.
Nice. Yeah, let's talk about Croatia a little bit later. Let me summarize what I did in the summer. I went on holiday, as one can do with 2 little kids, and my girlfriend, of course. We visited Germany for a couple of weeks. Had a nice little house there.
Where did you go?
I actually don't know how it's called anymore. Let me try to recall it. No, I actually don't know.
Any big cities close, or which airport did you land? You took the train, right?
We went with the car, so we rented the car. So when we don't own a car, but when we need one, we just rent one. And we went to
this fancy car from the image next to Taylor's Lamborghini. This little one is not your car.
No, unfortunately, it isn't that one. My kids try to push me like, you need to rent a Tesla for us. Yeah, no kids. We're just doing like a small car because we don't need anything more. No, we went to this. How do you say that in English? This park with attractions called
Europa Park.
Europa Park.
This,
We went
yeah.
to Europa
Okay.
Park. Yeah, indeed. We went there for a couple of days. We went there last year as well, and the kids really wanted to go back. So yeah, okay, kids, you win. We'll go back. And this year they're a little bit bigger, and they now dare to enter any attraction. So that was good. It was like a breakthrough for them.
Oh,
And
really?
after that, we had like a house somewhere in the larger vicinity of Europa Park, but more like in a sort of forest kind of atmosphere. And we stayed there for like a week and a half, not doing anything special, just visiting like the small villages across it, and just a lot of reading and just kicking back and relax, you know. And this is like the type of holiday that I can now appreciate more than when I was younger. When I was younger, I needed to fill every day of my holiday, do everything I can. But now it's really nice to just read a little bit, visit the pool a little bit, play with the kids a little bit, and
Yeah.
repeat. Yeah, that's
It
nice.
sounds really good. So
Yeah,
I'm also already there. My wife, not fully yet. She really likes if a little bit more is happening, but now, of course, with the baby, it's also a little bit easy for her
yeah,
to enjoy not doing that much. But before that, she also wanted to do a lot of things on the holidays and see a lot
yeah,
of places. And I was always more relaxed, and I could also lay at the beach and
yeah,
just go
and that's good.
swimming, surfing a whole week, and nothing more than that. But
Yeah.
yeah, of course, this changes with time as well.
Yeah, indeed. And everybody's a little bit different, right? We
Yeah,
all need different things from a holiday, I guess. And yeah,
yeah,
the
that's
the
true.
the second thing is of course Laracon US. We missed you
Oh
there,
yeah,
buddy. We missed you there. I hopefully
yeah.
next year or the year after that.
I have to admit, it was really hard not being there. Of course, I had the the best excuse
Yeah, of
I
course,
could have,
of course.
but still,
Yeah,
I missed it. And from the videos and from what I heard on Twitter about it, it really felt special. And I was really amazed by how many good talks and presentations
yeah,
there were.
yeah. The bar was
It was
very
pretty
high,
high.
very high. Lots of cool announcements. With native PHP, with Livewire v3, of course, Laravel update.
Filament 3, I guess, as well.
Filament 3 didn't have its own talk, but it was released
Ah,
like
okay.
in the same time period. Prompts, of course, the
Oh
validation
yeah.
talk by Tim McDonald. Yeah, the list goes on and on. But it was really fun to also just see everybody in person again. You know,
Yeah. That's
you'll have
also
that
what I
with
missed the most.
you'll have that with your next Laracon, Christoph.
Yeah, hope so too. So next Laracon U is in February or January
Yeah, yeah. I think in February in Amsterdam. Yeah,
in Amsterdam again. So Amsterdam back.
yeah,
And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So I think with the last one was amazing, right?
yeah, yeah. Indeed.
So the last one was really good. So that's why I'm pretty sure the next one will be really good as well. From what I've heard, Kaneko is involved as well.
Yeah,
I've seen Taylor is involved also as well with the website and maybe some other stuff. So
yeah. So it's gonna be a biggie again. And of course, there's
yeah,
also this is not Laracon, but Full Stack Europe, my own conference,
yeah,
will also
it's
be
also what I
happening
wanted to ask.
in October. So yeah, that one is really close.
How's it going?
It's a little bit of a double-edged sword, really. I
Okay.
think organization-wise, everything is going perfect. And yeah, we've sold enough tickets to let it go through, so that is good. But we expected, if I'm honest, a little bit more from sold tickets. So
Hmm.
yeah, we're going to do this edition definitely. So that's already good. But yeah, we're trying to figure out why it's a little bit slower than last year's. And I think we're not like the only ones who have like this problem. There are a couple of other conferences that also seem to be struggling or getting slower. One of the biggest in PHP, the Dutch PHP conference, has also stopped doing physical conversations. They went online. The
Oh, really?
.js conferences in Paris, they have just stopped. PHP Benelux has also stopped. So yeah, there's something there that's
Do you think
that
it's still connected to COVID and
I don't know.
or
I don't think it's COVID. Maybe it's more of like the economic situation that people try to be very
yeah?
mindful where they spend money. Because I don't think that COVID really has any practical effects these
Yeah.
days now. So
I'm sure.
I don't know. But I'm pretty happy that like Laracon just, or at least Laracon US, doesn't seem affected at all
Yeah.
by
So they
this.
seem pretty good. Let's see about Laracon EU if it is the
Yeah,
same with them.
yeah.
But I also saw that you got a pretty cool lineup this year.
Yeah, indeed. I'm very happy that we got like people like Justin Jackson flying over because he
Oh yeah.
has to come from Canada. And I'm really happy that that he will come. Also, Una Kravitz, who is maybe not that known in the Laravel and PHP community, but does amazing stuff at Google. We have some people that are a little bit known in the PHP community. Kai Sosnowski is coming. Tobias Petri, who today released his book on indexing. We'll also
Oh yeah.
talk about indexing at our conference. My colleague Sebastian, who spoke at several Laracons, will also be a speaker there.
Oh, nice.
And I'm scrolling here. Of course, also known in the Laravel community, Shruti Balasa will also come.
Yes,
So
very cool.
yeah. So I think it's a pretty cool lineup. I think. Yeah. So I think
so too.
I think the ticket problem. I don't think it's the lineup. But yeah, maybe. Yeah. We have to talk internally about this still.
Yeah. So I wish you all the luck with the rest of the time and hope that it still gets better. But yeah, I've been there. Was it the first conference that you did? I think so, right? When I've been there.
Yeah.
I think
So
it was the
this
first
is-
one. It was really amazing. So I can only recommend checking out, especially the
Thanks.
city is amazing. The venue is amazing.
Yep.
People is cool. And also what I really liked about it, that it's, you have a lot of broad topics from
Yeah.
different perspective of coding, not just Laravel, not just PHP. So that's also what I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah.
And best fries
Yeah.
in Belgium.
Of course. Yeah, that's it. I think we have like a comment here from Nuno. Like,
What is he saying?
when is our next trip together? Miss you guys already. Yeah,
Oh,
Nuno,
yeah.
you could come to Full Stack Europe and you can taste the fries. I know that you're a sucker for good food, so maybe I can lure you in with the Belgian fries. And yeah, Nuno and I, we also had an idea, but we didn't find like a good date that works for us to make a little trip together, not as a holiday, but a working trip where we visit the city and we just work during the day in a coffee bar and explore the city in the evenings. And one of our ideas was to visit Vienna. So yeah, maybe we can make that happen.
Yeah, I'm really sad
bit
this
later.
didn't turn out this time, but I hope another time. So you're always welcome here.
Thank you.
And yeah, I think also a Laracation would also be nice again.
Yeah,
right?
indeed. I think everybody who was there really wants to do it again.
Yeah, which is a good sign, right?
Yeah, indeed. I think it just takes somebody who starts kicking the ball there. I think maybe we should talk a little bit after this call if maybe not one of us can, or we both can kick the ball there, because I think
Yeah.
if if we start kicking this ball, it takes a couple of months for everybody's schedule to align a little bit. And certainly people that are parents now, Christoph, they really need to build up their wife credits enough in order to do this, right?
I'm working on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But it would be fun to do that again.
It
In
would be a
summer,
lot of
yeah.
fun. Yeah. So I also think someone has to start, and it's like with the last time, everybody was in pretty quickly, but someone has to start pushing the idea, and then you have to find a date,
Yeah, indeed. Yeah,
and
last
then the
time,
rest is
Christoph, that was so fun because it was also a little bit shrouded in mystery, like who is doing
all
this.
right. Yeah.
That was like very good marketing skills for Larcation there for like a select group of people. That was really fun, huh? Yeah,
Yeah. Kaneko and me also had fun doing that. So
yeah,
maybe it needs something like that again. I'll think about it.
yeah. Huh. Yeah,
Okay. So, sorry.
go ahead.
Um, let's also talk a little bit about work.
Yeah, sure.
So, it is the summertime at the Spassy headquarters always a little bit quieter? It's like holiday season in summer,
Um, maybe
or
it's a
was
little bit
everything?
quieter, but not that quiet because of course, people take holidays. So I think during the entire month we're not with the entire team there, but it's very spread out. It's not like 5 people are on holiday for 2 weeks. That isn't
Yeah.
that
Okay.
isn't the case. But there's always somebody on holiday. That is the case. And of course, we did Larcon US, and we went there with like
Oh yeah,
five
like
or 6 people. So that was our little holiday together. I think for the people that were then in the office, it was a little bit quieter. Yes.
yeah, I can imagine. But it's pretty cool that you took a lot of employees,
Yeah,
colleagues
yeah,
with you. So I think that's really nice.
yeah. It was fun, and I think I have to be a little bit mindful of this. At Spassy, we really try to have like no structure at all. We have like almost no hierarchy. The only hierarchy is maybe like if you're one of the business owners or not. So I need to be a little bit mindful that I'm going to say a dirty word now. That I'm one of the bosses there, and I really liked it, and I really like to do it again. But I hope so that everybody else also says
Yeah.
that genuinely. But I do think so that everybody enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, you don't want to be the boss that people don't
Nah.
want to go to places. So that's not the boss you want to be, right?
No,
You want
no.
to be on
No.
the same level and
Yeah,
have a lot of fun together. But it really seems like this is the case.
Yeah, indeed. And I think I already heard some people say, we need to do this again. So maybe Laracon India. I heard that also a couple of times that some people are really interested to go there.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
certainly
yeah.
interested to go there as well. So if not as a speaker, surely as an attendee, because last year was good. So this year, it's in the cards for me. So
Cool.
I guess for
Yeah,
you
we
it's a little bit it could be a little bit hard to decide if it's not too early.
Will be a little bit harder for me to decide because, of course, it will take more time. It's far away than anything else.
Yeah, of course.
And I need to check my credits and think about for the whole next year already. So what are the things that I want to do, and then think about where I put my credits. So I really can't tell
Laracon
yet.
EU, Laracon India, something else even.
I think there will be a Laracon US again. Yeah. So
that's also a thing. Yeah, for Nuno, partner credits is a real world thing. Yeah, that is certainly the case. You have to have a good stack of credits.
Nuno mostly takes his wife with him, which I've also done a few times. This helps with the credits because you don't have to spend too many credits.
No, indeed.
It's a little bit less for the credits, but now
indeed.
with the baby, of course, it's more difficult.
Yeah, indeed. In that period, I also traveled a little bit less. But this is something also that a positive effect or an effect that happened because I had to because if you have a little baby, you're at home more often, right? Because you need to be there. And what an effect for me was is that when our boys were sleeping good, I didn't go out of the house because they could wake up and I could be needed. And then I suddenly experienced that I had a lot of times in the evening on my hands, and that is probably a period where I did a lot of open source, where a lot of packages started because I had like the extra time there, and that was really like a nice side benefit. I thought that it's not only that children cost time but because your rhythm is a little bit different, you also gain a lot of time. Is that your feeling as well? Or not so
Yeah, a
much?
little bit. So there were times where with a sleeping routine. So we have a sleeping routine with our baby. First, I change diapers. There are a few things that I play some music. We help to get her in the right mood for sleeping. So that's what I do every day. And then after that, my wife takes over, and then she's nursing. And
Yeah.
this took sometimes a couple of hours
Mm-hmm.
before she then went to sleep. It's now better, but there was some weeks where it took her quite long. And in that period, I had time for myself suddenly.
Yeah.
Of course, I tried to clean up the house, do some other stuff, try to be useful as well. But still, I had some time where it was okay. Suddenly, I got now 1 hour, 2 hours. I don't know how long it will be, but I could do anything. But this was also nice. I sometimes just played a little bit video games, or
Yeah.
I was also working a little bit on this native PHP app I was working on.
I
So
want to
this was
talk
also
to you
fun.
about that. About
Yeah, we
native
can also talk
PHP.
about that. But yeah, I really felt that. But now she's sleeping really good. Now we have time, the both of us together in the evening. Sometimes we do something together,
Nice.
sometimes separately. But yeah, if I remember correctly, Taylor also worked a lot in the evenings on the first versions
Yeah.
of Laravel when he got his first kid. So I think he also got a good connection to that phase. And yeah, I also heard a lot of people stay up a little bit longer just to have some extra time there, or they stay up quite early in the morning to have some extra time. And
Yeah.
I sometimes go for a run while the girls are still sleeping or in bed, and then I prepare breakfast. So
Yeah.
I think I'm more the morning person than working at night. That's
Yeah.
not my thing mostly.
Yeah. Yeah. To each his own, of course. There.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. Um, I think that no matter if you're an evening of a morning person, I think one of the side effects of having like a little kid is that you're very, or at least that's the case for me, that I was very mindful on how I spent my time because you have to manage it more, and you just become a little bit more mindful with it. And for me, one of the effects was that I'm not going to throw away my time. The little time that I have, I'm going to just do stuff that to really enjoy myself. And for me, that was programming at that time. But I still think it's like an effect that still lingers, that I don't throw away too much time, but I really try to be mindful of this a little bit.
Yeah, I really think that's true, and I felt the same. Especially the first weeks, you have like no time, and the only time you have, you try to spend with sleeping or relaxing, or you don't have much time to work or do anything. But then later, when you maybe got 1 hour or 2 hours to do something, then you really thoughtful about what you're going with the time. And I
Yeah.
also noticed there were periods where I wrote a whole blog article in like 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
where normally this would took me maybe days to do it because I
Yeah.
tend to do more research, do some stuff here. But then I was so focused and I really wanted to use this little time that I had. And
Yeah.
I felt like I'm more productive in the time that I have than before.
Talking about time, Christoph, buddy time. How
Body
did?
time. Oh, wow, that was good.
Hey, good segue, right?
Yeah, really good one.
How did you get started with that idea? Were you like frustrated like people in other time zones, like, Or maybe you should first introduce people to Buddy Time for people that don't know it yet.
Yeah, so Buddy Time is a native PHP app that I've been working on for the last weeks, I guess. And the idea is that it's a little icon open on your Mac where you can just open up and you see a list of your remote friends and you see what the current time is for them. So that's the most basic idea of it. And it's funny because it's something that I felt the pain already for a few years.
Yeah.
So not just work now, I'm working remotely on a team where really needed more often, but also before that I was talking to other people on Twitter and I thought about, okay, what's their current time? I don't know. And then I was checking on Twitter, where are they from again? Or maybe I knew where they were from, but I had no idea what time it is there. Like with America, is it like 6 hours or is it 8 or 9 hours? And then I always had to check, and it's really frustrating to do this.
Yeah.
And that's why I always had the idea it would be fun to have something for this. And then with native PHP, I connected it somehow and felt like, oh, this is something that I could try just as a fun little project to try out native PHP, see how it works, and also to, for myself, because I really, this is something that I need. And yeah, was really a cool idea and I had a lot of fun with it. And it seemed like people on Twitter also liked the idea. Um, and yeah,
It
this
is a cool
was
idea. Yeah.
this was some of those projects that you often talk about where, yeah, I really enjoyed programming again, just
Yeah.
because of the fun.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I didn't had that for quite a long time now.
Yeah.
I think since I'm self-employed, before I was self-employed, I coded a lot in the evenings,
Mm-hmm.
just because at work I was in an agency, 40 hours a week, and there I had to do what I had to do there. And then at home or on the weekends, I also coded a lot on the weekend. There I did what I wanted to do, explore new level features or try this side project or that, and I had a lot of fun. But since I'm self-employed, I felt like it decreased every year a little bit more, because it felt like every time during the week I had to spend it somehow on the company, and just doing something for fun, it felt like I was wasting time for
Time. Yeah.
building my company, because it was not like I had like a lot of clients. I wanted to build my own platform. I had to do a lot myself. So yeah, every time I thought about doing a fun little project, I felt like maybe I should do a video or of something. Maybe I should write another newsletter. Maybe I should think of another video course that I could do.
Yeah.
And somehow, yeah, I hadn't that much fun anymore with those projects. And
Yeah.
I found myself spending the time that I had, especially after work, doing something else.
Yeah.
And I was always thinking about, I really wanted to have such fun again, just exploring. And I guess now this was the first time that I really had this again. First, because I had a good idea, it was fun. I tried a new technology, or kind of new.
Yeah.
Let me see, where's the camera? Kind of new
Yeah.
technology. And what also helped, of course, is that I'm now working a few days a week for a company since half a year. So this means my financial situation is a little bit more stabilized. So
Yeah.
this means I can also easier spend time
Some
on
time
those
on this.
fun things again.
And what brings the most fun in this? The idea that you had, or like the technology where you play with, or both? A little bit the
I
combination.
think first was, of course, the technology.
Yeah.
I saw Marcel's talk, and I've seen a little bit before
Yeah.
on Twitter, of course, what he's done, and was really interested in
Yeah.
what's that like. Is it super cool? Does it bring any advantages? Could this be could I also build products with this which I could sell? So there was a lot of fascination about what this
Yeah.
could be. And of course, when you hear something, when it comes out and you see it on a conference, it gives you like more energy. Oh my god, I really
Of
need to
course.
try this now. And exactly when it came out, there were just few weeks where I had a little bit more time in the evenings, and that's
Yeah.
what I played with it. But of course, it made a lot more fun with the idea that I had. And I also really enjoyed doing this a little bit kind of in public, because I shared a lot about this on Twitter, and I got a lot of reactions about what to improve, what they liked, what they didn't like. And this is also something that I enjoy. I
Yeah.
think building in public, and especially when it's just for fun and not about money, this is
Yeah.
also
This reminds me of like the talk that Stefan Bauer did in Larcon EU. He also said that
Yeah.
like if you have side projects, don't make them about money. It will be more fun, and this is like a good example of that, I guess.
Yeah, since I saw his talk, I always have this in mind
Yeah.
because I really tend to, oh, could I make a product? Could I maybe sell this? You easily start thinking about this, especially
Yeah.
when we are building products, when we're doing video courses, or your company, of course, you're building a lot of other products as well. You easily think about, hey, could I also make money with this? Because, yeah,
Yeah.
why not? But I think, especially for a mind and for your healthy mind, it's good to have things where you don't have to think about if this is about money. And I really felt it this way as well.
Yeah, and that that rings something with me too. It rings true what Stefan says and the things that you're saying now. I think at one point I made like the error of doing exactly that. Like everything I do needs to be good for the company or make money. And after a while, that just doesn't work anymore because you have then that is your goal and not like working on a fun problem, even if it won't make you any money or if it's a little bit out of scope for the business. You still have to do that because that's where you get your enjoyment of. And I'm really happy, that you found it, Christoph. That's good.
Yeah, I think it's really good also for me because, yeah, this thinking about money and the business all the time, which especially happens if you're a co-owner of a company, but also if you're self-employed.
Yeah.
Of course, you're always thinking about money because if you don't do things to get the money, it doesn't come to you like in a kind of normal job where you go to work and you get the money. But if I decide today I'm not going to do anything, I'm not getting any money for that. And this is something that I think also I wasn't aware how big of an impact this has
Yeah.
on your job as well.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been better for me maybe to see also Stefan's talk earlier, because now that he said it again and now that I felt it, it's really much better when you can separate business from free time where it's just about what you like. And I love coding, I really do. But now with the last years, just being it about my business, it's a kind of negative aspect of it that just got a little bit bigger, and it wasn't like I could do it just for fun anymore. And I really hope that I find now a better way to bring this back again, because that's what I really missed.
Are you still working on buddy time? Are there still things that you would like to tinker with or like to add there?
Yeah, so I had now a little break with it just because I didn't had that much time in the evenings again. And then there are also some little issues with native PHP where some things are not there yet to really make it public.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest issue, something that wasn't that clear for me, but with native PHP, it creates an Electron app, which is not really a native app, but it runs JavaScript
Hey, it's
with a
marketing.
browser.
Marketing is
Sorry?
important. That's marketing a little bit, right? Calling it native and marketing is important, but it's indeed not.
Yeah, there's also a nice episode with your former colleague Brent, who talks to Marcel about this as well. And
Yeah.
of course, he said, yeah, if we are super clear about it's not native, but it could be native because currently
It comes
there are
very
different
close.
drivers, because there's the Electron driver, there is the other driver, which I don't know, and there could also be a Swift driver. So yeah, it's somewhere in between. But of course, for marketing, it also sounds better.
Yeah. And for all intents and purposes, it works.
Yeah, and for me, I don't really care what's behind it. So for me, it feels like a native app. So I don't have an issue there. But what I didn't realize at the beginning is that, of course, your whole PHP level application code is now inside this package that you create inside this DMG file on your Mac. And when you click open the package, you have all the content, and then you have access to all the files, all the PHP files, all the environment files. And this is something that you have to be, of course, a little bit be aware of, because if you share this with someone else, they got all your application. And again, it's not like I want to really make money with this, but I also didn't want to make it public or
Yeah.
open source yet.
Yeah.
Maybe I do this in the future, but for now I didn't want that. And one of the reasons that I didn't share it with more people currently, because I just didn't want to
Get your
send
code
them a
out there.
whole application. It's not like them afraid that they are copying it or doing this, but still it feels a little bit strange.
Yeah.
And this is something that native PHP are still trying to solve this issue, if they maybe can get array of the code that it maybe can
with
encrypt it
JavaScript.
somehow, or just uglify it, which would also help.
Yeah, that's something that's Ray is also a desktop application. It isn't the native PHP one. It's I written in Electron, so it's JavaScript. And there the code is obfuscated. And you have tools for this in that ecosystem. But of course, in PHP, it runs normally on a server where you don't have to obfuscate it at all. So those tools just don't exist. I think they did exist at one point. Maybe they still do, but were always paid solutions where they would. I think their solution was to have to modify. Have a modified version of PHP that could read then modified PHP files, but you couldn't do this with normal PHP. I think that was the way where they got around. I think even Zend had a product for this for quite some time. I don't know if they still have it. But that's indeed one of the things that just doesn't exist in PHP now, or isn't common or free. And then native PHP just has that to deal with. I wonder if Marcel will come up with something to solve this. I think it's a hard problem though.
I think it is. I'm already seen a few people working on it, and there are already some kind of solutions, but of course you need it built into native PHP so that we don't have to think about it, that we don't have to install anything else, that we don't have to, I don't know, provide any more details. So it should be super easy so that it really works well with the user. But I'm pretty sure, from what I know myself, that he or someone else will come up with a solution, and then this can be solved. But currently it's also not an issue for me, because I immediately tended also with Buddy Time at the end to fall into this trap again, or maybe I want to share it again. I even thought a little bit, maybe I could sell it just for a little bit, not that much. And
don't do it, Christoph. Don't do it.
No, I had to. And last week, some days ago, when I started working on it again, I really said this to me. Okay, why did I start it with this? Because I wanted to solve my own issues. And now I'm back to this. I want to solve my own issues and want to make it to work for me. And now I also don't care anymore if it's public or not, because currently I'm the only one using it, and I want to make it a good fit for myself. And if anything else happens in the future, we will see about that. But for now, it's just for fun and for helping myself. And I have to remind myself.
Yeah, and that's good enough. And you don't know where that road will lead you. You don't need to know. I actually, when I started with open source, it was just for fun, and then it grew a little bit, and it got important for the company. But in the beginning, it was just for fun, and that feeling of freedom, like there's no pressure here at all, that is just magical, and that is where. You can do fun stuff if you just don't have a lot of pressure on you. And I think as a business owner, you just lay that pressure on yourself a little bit. So it's really good of you that you recognized this.
Do you have any side projects currently? Any fun things you're working on, or?
I'm working on something. It's not really as sexy as native PHP, I guess, or as Buddy Time, I should say. I'm working on a new version of our image package. So image is a package that is a part of a media library, which is a popular package for Laravel. And using media library, you can modify images through that image package, but that image package has like a lot of technical depth to it, which I didn't speak of always. And I'm solving that now. So the image package is a really strange package. So the image package, it uses something as dependency called Glide. I don't know if you know Glide, Christoph. It was a little bit
No?
popular in the days. So Glide is a package by Jonathan Ranning, who now works at Tailwind, uh, where you could have like that package. It could accept like a URL to an image with some parameters after it. I want to see Christoph.gpg and then question mark with then the number, hide that number, and
Mm-hmm.
then it would transform that image to the image that you want to have. And um, there are a few very interesting things imaging wise that package could do. So you could say like, I want to have that photo of Christoph, but it should fit in this square, and it would make like the perfect crop for that. And what our image package does is just, yeah, you can just say like, I want to do that little crop. But what it does behind the scenes, don't be mad at me for this, it would almost build up the URL that Glide would have, and then have like some kind of fake request to Glide to get that image back. And of course, this really isn't what you want, you know, because it adds like a lot of layers that you don't need. There's a lot of lasagna there going on. Why, if I'm using the Spatie image package, will there be like an URL somewhere where build up? Well,
Yeah.
it's because it's dependent on Glide. So I'm working on a version of image where we don't use Glide anymore, and I'm going to go even further. So Glide itself uses the intervention image package, which is a package that is a little bit more known. Um, but if you use the intervention package, you don't have like all these nice fit methods that Glide has. So I'm creating a package that combines the operations that you have in Glide with all of the operations that are in intervention image.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm moving all of those to our image. So our image package can do everything without any dependency. So
Oh, okay.
it's a little bit of, yeah, maybe grunt work, I guess, because
Yeah.
it's really not that sexy, but yeah, it will be like, I think, the best image package in PHP, because you have these nice operations and there is no dependency on something else there. And my idea is, if I have like a good image package, then I'm also going to go a little bit further with media library. That's like the next thing that I want to do. Is like have like, if you use media library, it can convert your images on your server, so you have Imagic and GD installed. But I'm going to make like a version of the media library where that's driver based, and where you can use a thing like Sidecar to just do all the conversions on AWS. And when I
Mm-hmm.
have total control over our image package, that should be very easy to do. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm working
wow.
on.
Yeah.
I'm working on image media library. That was, if I'm honest, always one of my favorite packages, and I'm just glad that I'm taking a little bit of time for this. And this is where our plans are a little bit the same. There's like really no reason why I should do this. The current image package just works great. The current media library works great. It's just because of the fun of it. I just felt like, hey, I want to work a little bit on this, because there's no pressure to do this, and it's just nice to work on this. It's a nice problem to solve for me now. Yeah,
Oh, perfect. Yeah, this sounds like a really cool project. Maybe, as you said, not that sexy and maybe not for everyone
yeah.
that much fun, maybe, or
I
Do you
think
have
most
fun
people.
working on this, or?
I have very much fun to
Okay,
work on
that's good.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of hidden complexity there that people are not going to see. Like saying like this is a square and your image should fit in there. There are a lot of calculations that need to be done. Like, is the square big enough? Is that image large enough? Should
Hmm.
I keep the aspect ratio? Should I be allowed to make it a little bit larger, or should I make it smaller?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that nobody has to think about anymore when I solve this. And this is like these are the kinds of things that I love working on. Not too much business logic there, but still enough complexity.
Yeah.
And it's also very fun to unit test this with Pest as well, because Image has like two drivers for Imagic and for GD, and
Hmm.
I'm using like Pest data sets for that. Um, and then for each test, I need to have like what I talked about, all these variations, like is my image bigger, is my square bigger? That's another data set. So I'm using per test multiple data sets, and Pest just, does all of the combinations of all the data sets. So with one test, it could be like I'm doing really 16 tests with all these combinations. And it's just very, very much fun to work on. Yeah. So
Sounds.
you can hear it that I'm
Yeah, that you're
I'm
really
enjoying
passionate
this.
about it, and
Yeah,
love to see more
yeah. I'm
more
probably going
things that you
to
share. I'm pretty
I'm
sure
prob
there will come more.
I'm probably going to tweet about this in the next few weeks when I'm a little bit further with this, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christoph, I'm looking at the time.
Yeah, we are over time.
We are over time. Oh no. But
Is there,
yeah.
sorry, is there anything else we need to answer? Some we forgot.
Um, let
You
me
see,
see.
media library is awesome. Adrian is here. Hey,
A bit late to the party, but I'm glad that he's here.
yeah,
I hear a thought from Bert. I still think those side projects will help you even financially in the long run. It will give you opportunities or new connections. I do think so too. Maybe in your case, Buddy Time won't be like the um, application that you will sell, but maybe the next one will be, or somebody will contact you who wants to make their app. So
yeah. That's something I'm also talking and or I have been talking in my podcast. I think in the last episode a lot that I really needed to learn that a lot of things that I do for my business doesn't have to be directly for my business.
yeah,
So if
yeah,
I, because with my business, I have, since I started my business, it was about creating my own, not my first idea, the first goal of my business. Do you have 2 or 3 more
yeah,
minutes?
yeah. Sure, no problem.
Okay. So the main idea of my business why I got self-employed was to live from my own products. This was the first main idea. Then the second, then I started with a book, then I created a video course, then since then it was more about creating video courses. And since then I always thought about, okay, all my work have to be in the direction of my goal, which
Yeah.
is, sorry, by the way, I'm having here this stress ball in my hand because I was climbing in the morning and I need this to work on my fingers because I have some issues there.
All right, no problem, man.
And I thought like everything that I do needs to be in the same direction of my goal. Like tweeting a video about something related to a video course, writing a newsletter about the products or articles that I wrote, writing a blog article. I don't know, having a podcast, thinking about new ideas for video courses. So those are all things that go directly towards my goal. And I always had issues doing stuff that weren't in the same direction. Of course, I had client projects also as well, but those were like bringing some money in so that I can spend more time again towards my goal. So this was also okay for me. But then there are always things where I thought, okay, this is opportunity to do something else, could be interesting, but I'm not sure if I want to do this because it's not in the direction of my goal. And at the beginning, I often turned some of those opportunities down, was very differently what this was. But now, after some years, I realized that all those things where I then later said yes helped me also for my business, for my main direction in ways that I couldn't think about when I took those opportunities.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this was really a realization for me that there are many things that I could do that somehow help me up with my main goal, but in a different way. And I still have to say yes to those things because it's always better doing something than just doing nothing.
Yeah.
That was a big realization for myself, especially in the last years. And that's what I talked about in my last episode of my podcast, because it was like, wow, okay, I didn't know that. This was really different for me. And one of the things, of course, is also the course that we did together. I'm also mentioning this.
Yeah.
So, of course, my main priority would be to have video courses on my platform if I want to grow my platform. And we talked a little bit about it, and it was one of the best decisions that I did because the course went really well. We had a lot of fun doing it together,
Yeah.
and we worked together, which was cool. We maybe work on other things together because of this. I don't know, could be.
Hmm.
Or also lately, I've put one of my video courses, the latest one, to Laracast,
I saw it,
which
yeah.
you can imagine was quite a big decision to do this or not. And I was really afraid of doing this if this would come
Be
in
the
between me and my main goal of my working from my own stuff that I do. And since I decided to do this, there are so many good things that came from this that I just couldn't think about when I thought about this before. But I trusted my feeling that, hey, those other things could still be value to your main goals and still help you in
Mhm.
the long run.
Yeah, I there are a lot of things that that ring very true what you say, and also think that in the end all of those things will come together in one way or another. I think. So yeah, if you realize that, you actually have a lot of freedom, and yeah, this hints back to what Stefan also said in his talk. Just don't do it by money, just do it for fun, and we'll see what happens. And it's good that you already can see in a short term even that things work out for you this way as well, so that's good.
Yeah, that's something that I still wanted to share. If you want to hear more about this, you can, of course, hear it in my podcast.
Yes. Okay, Christoph, I think it's time to start wrapping up. I think for the next time we do this, we don't need to wait that long, right?
Yeah,
Let's
no,
let's
we don't.
let's try to go back to monthly.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
good. I really enjoyed this again,
yeah.
and it's always a fun talk. And again, it's
Same.
also the same with this thing that we have here. It's we don't think about what this can bring us. If can we make money with this thing? Is it important to our businesses? We just come here, we just talk, just some friends speaking, having some
Yeah,
other people from the community that we know around, having a good time, and that's it. And everything
yeah.
else,
And that's good
yeah,
enough,
we'll see.
if you already have a good time. That's reason
Yeah,
enough to do it.
enough, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
All right.
this is a nice way of to end this one. So yeah, it was fun, buddy.
It was fun. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Freek, again. And yeah, let's hope that we can do this next month again.
All right. Bye bye, everybody.